My family ignored me for years. At Thanksgiving, I casually mentioned my $160 million fortune. My sister's jaw dropped, and my dad just stared in silence. Last Thanksgiving, I sat at my parents' dining table watching my sister Claire hold court like always. She was showing everyone photos from her latest influencer campaign while dad hung on every word. Then my aunt turned to me. "So, are you still working at that little startup? It sold a few years back," I said, cutting my turkey. "Oh, that's too bad," Mom said. "These tech things never work out." Claire smirked. "What, you have $3,000 in an index fund now?" My cousin Jake laughed. "We've all got Robinhood accounts, man." That's when I pulled out my phone and showed them my investment dashboard. Current portfolio value, $174,382,847. My aunt's fork clattered onto her plate. Claire's jaw literally dropped mid-chew. Dad leaned forward, face going completely white. The entire table went dead silent. Let me back up. Growing up, I was invisible. Claire was the star athlete, homecoming queen, golden child. I coded in my room while Dad talked about her tournaments for 45 minutes. Mom lit up when Claire entered rooms. When I walked in, she barely glanced up. I started my software company at 19. Claire was modeling part-time, turning gatherings into her runway. When I mentioned seed funding, Dad cut me off. "Claire, tell us about that brand deal." I stopped trying. Built quietly, worked like my life depended on it. 4 years later, we got acquired by a major tech firm. My share was $160 million after taxes. I didn't tell anyone. What was the point? I bought a modest house in another state, invested carefully. To them, I was still just the tech guy. Claire's Instagram had 340,000 followers. That was their only currency. Last Thanksgiving, I almost skipped the whole thing. Mom guilt-tripped me. "It would mean so much if you came. We barely see you anymore." I drove 6 hours in my Honda. Claire arrived in a Range Rover. Dinner started predictably. Dad asked about Claire's campaigns. Mom showed her magazine feature. My uncle asked what I was doing. Claire jumped in. "Oh, he's still doing computer stuff." Very nerdy. Everyone laughed. And that's when my aunt asked about the startup. After I showed them the number, Jake grabbed my phone to verify. Holy shit, that's a real Schwab account. This guy's worth $170 million. I took my phone back. The acquisition worked out well. My cut was $160 million 4 years ago. "You never told us," Dad said. "You never asked." Every time I tried talking about work, I got interrupted or dismissed, so I stopped. Claire found her voice. "Why are you driving a Honda and living in a normal house?" "Because I don't need to prove anything anymore. I spent 20 years trying to get your attention. Now I don't need it." Mom started crying. "You should have told us." "Would it have mattered? You had Claire's Instagram to brag about." The rest of dinner was tense. People kept staring, asking careful questions. Claire went silent. Dad tried pivoting to business advice like we were suddenly colleagues. As I left, he stopped me. "Son, I'm sorry we didn't pay attention. That means something. But it doesn't change 20 years. Claire caught me at my car. "You've been sitting on this fortune watching us struggle? You're not struggling. You've got brand deals and a Range Rover. I'm talking about real security. You had that through Mom and Dad's support, emotional and financial. I had myself. The drive home felt lighter than in years. My phone exploded. Dad wanting investment opportunities. Mom planning trips. Claire asking for venture capital introductions. I ignored them all. Last week, Mom called. "We want to be part of your life." "You are. Same as always. I visit holidays, send cards. If you wanted more, you should have shown up when I was 14 building my first website, or when I was 22 terrified my startup would fail. I guess being invisible for years teaches you to build a life without validation from people who never truly saw you."